welcome to Zen Mountain Trucking. Can I call this episode number 1? I did one before under Rocky Mountain Zen Trucking, I think, but I'm going to change my channel name, start doing them under Zen Mountain Trucking. My name's Jeff. I'll be your host for today's show. Right now I'm on the 395 South, heading south out of Pasco, Washington. Eventually heading into Portland, and just on the south end of Portland, a place called Clackamas. But I wanted to share because this channel is not so much about trucking, although I'll be driving a truck all the time and sharing that with you, but it's about the open road and the wonders and the beauty of the open road. I call it Zen Mountain Trucking. All the driving will be in the western states, the western provinces, so there'll be a great deal of mountain driving. Right now, it's just wide open Washington State, central Washington prairie, plateau country, I think it's called, Columbia Plateau. That's what it's all about. You know, there's a lot of videos, a lot of guys making videos, and there's some guys that are doing a great job. A lot of them are very informative about trucking. We'll talk about trucking in its time, but this is really just more about the celebration of the open road. And there's a lot of YouTube videos complaining about trucking and telling you why trucking's such a bad go. This isn't going to be one of those channels. This is a channel about enjoying the open road. Hey, I'm earning a living out here. We'll talk more about what I'm driving. It happens to be a Kenworth T680, 18-speed transmission, 510 horsepower PACCAR MX-13 engine, and it's doing fine for me. It's fairly new. It's only 5 months old, this truck, so I've got almost 91,000 kilometers, which is about 56,000 miles on it. So it's just still in the breaking in period. So if I get this channel going, try and put out a video once a week, I got 5 years of payments on this puppy, so that makes for a lot of videos. Here we are, coming up to the junction with the 1 mile to the number 14 west, which will keep me on the Washington side of the Columbia River. Beautiful highway. Then I'll cross over the Columbia at Biggs Junction and take on a little bit of fuel. We line up for the scale there. Traffic today, I guess. Dropping speed. Skies, blue skies, a little bit of haze here and there. I think it's caused by all the forest fires in the region, whether in California, Northern California, Oregon, Washington. There's probably fires there too. There are definitely fires up in BC, British Columbia. Here's my exit for the number 14 west. It's a highway I want to share with you, like I said. So continue and cross over the Columbia there and take the I-80 the other side. This is a little secondary highway, very scenic, very enjoyable. So I'll share with that. The engine retarder brake slowing me down as best I can. There we go. at probably around 77,000 pounds right now. I have a 40,600 pound load on. So that puts me somewhere in the 48,000 pounds. Sorry, 78,000 pound range gross. So for all intents and purposes, I'm pretty much fully loaded. Probably get another 1,500 pounds or something on, but then I'd have a hard time getting the weights right. Be worried about taking on too much fuel or what have you. Got a scale here. I don't think this one's ever open. Let's check it out. Stop when the scale is open. Weigh station closed. It's one of those smaller ones that are rarely open, I think. Anyway, I've been over the scale earlier today, and I'm all legal. So let's get her rolling, baby. Let's go. Moving into quite a gale here. Looks like there's been a grass fire on the right-hand side. Things are really dry. Pretty much right across the western states, you might say. These birds are out frolicking all around, having fun in the winds. Unfortunately, I've already hit one of them. I think it went off my antenna on the left-hand side. Didn't hit anything real solid, but didn't fare well. There we go. Looks like more grape plants there. Like I said, probably a winery in there somewhere. That's what they are, eh? Grape. Anybody watching have a different opinion? Let me know. I'm open to it. Looks to me like grape. Just driving out west, just wide open spaces. That's what I love. It'd be a different matter if I was in the east. I'm sure there's tremendous highway. Of course there is out there. But if you look at a map of North America, the vast majority of the population lives on the east coast, on that side of the continent. If you look at the interstate system, it looks like this, you know, on the east side. Out west, there's more space, less people. Definitely out on the west coast, higher population density from Seattle down through Portland, you know, into California. Not so much Northern California, but definitely, you know, you hit that major centers of San Francisco all the way down Los Angeles, San Diego. That's the highly populated corridor, but come in a bit and you got wide open spaces. Lots of desert, lots of mountainous terrain, fantastic scenery. What do we got here? Grain port here. We got a train with a bunch of containers on it. A container port. What do we got going on here? Some kind of road work. Are you gonna get us stopped, or is this slowing us down? Goods are moved around. A little window into the whole macroeconomic system, you know. Those are big words for a trucker. But this is Zen Mountain Trucking, and I actually do a lot of reading, so forgive me if I drop a few big words on you now and then. I'll probably mispronounce them anyway, since I've done a lot of reading, but not a lot of talking about the reading. Caught me on a bit of a sharp uphill. I did an upshift into an uphill, and I'm gonna make it. I'm in 8 direct. Little town here. Junction 97, still 32 miles to go. you that one. I won't be taking it 97 south of the 80, but I love that road, bringing you by Chemult, Klamath Falls, Madras. There was a Netflix original series I watched. Somebody on the CB. There was a Netflix original series I watched not too long ago called Wild Wild West. It was a real great show, and it was about a cult that had its origins in India. I think the fella eventually became the Indian guru Osho, but I think they ran afoul of the authorities in India, and they moved their center of operation from wherever India to Antelope, Oregon. And it was quite a little saga that went on in Antelope, because they really took over the little town, and even the county they tried to take over. So I think it was a 5 or 6 part series, well worth watching. But I go right through that terrain, and a while back, about 2 months ago, I stopped overnight in Madras and went for a beer in a bar, and I was talking to an old timer, and he remembered those times. It would happen about the mid-80s, so that would have been about 30 years ago. And it was quite a scandal, and a lot of the locals were put out, discomforted, and the cult, they even tried poisoning the local population as a vote came up. They sprinkled various restaurants with E. coli or some other kind of agent, and made a lot of people sick, and quite the scandalous stuff. But anyway, if you get a chance, watch Wild Wild West. It's quite a fun series to watch. That was outside. Maybe I should, one day I'll drive through Antelope when I have the time, when I'm coming up that 97 out of, usually I take the 97 out of California. When I'm leaving the southern San Francisco, the Salinas, Monterey region, and going back to Calgary, I'll come up through the 97. And sometime when I have lots of time, maybe I'll take a little detour and stop at a coffee shop, if there is still one, in Antelope, Oregon. Say hi to the locals. Tell them I'm starting a new cult. I'm going to bring it in there. Cult, a YouTube cult. That's what I'll start. On Zen Mountain Trucking, I'll get a bunch of acolytes to follow me. Preferably extremely wealthy ones, so they can give me money and give my foundation money. And so the foundation can buy me 20 Rolls Royces. I'm just kidding, but that's what they bought. This, gee, now I forget the guy's name, and long before he was Osho, but the guy who drove around in one of his 20 Rolls Royces, and they used to drive into various towns in the area. A bit wacky what an Indian guru needs with 20 Rolls Royces. Don't ask me. Isn't this scenery beautiful? We're still moving more toward the Columbia River Gorge. It starts out in the flat country back there, but as we move farther and farther along, the cliff banks to the river get higher and higher. It just turns into tremendously spectacular scenery. There we go. Orchards on both sides of the highway here. My goodness. 20 minutes, 25 minutes at the very most to Biggs Junction. Look at this, eh? As they say, they pay me to do this. I'll be doing it on a motorcycle. I came by about 3 months ago, maybe, yeah, it must have been 2 months ago. And was it a weekend? It must have been a weekend because there was hordes of motorcycle riders, motorcycle clubs that were all, I was going eastbound, they were all coming westbound, but there's bunches of them. It'd be a wonderful highway to run with your motorcycle. Maybe one day. A little far for me to come. I got a motorcycle. Here it is. Show you a little photo of it. This is a photo of me parked along the bike anyways, along what is it, Highway 95, 93, the Jasper Parkway, Icefields Parkway. Well, I love this running with nobody around. I'm not one of these guys that like to run in a convoy. I don't know if they still do that. You know, chit-chattering on the CB. I'd rather just be out on my own. See the windmills straight ahead. One's not turning there. Most of them are turning. One directly in front. Maybe they're doing maintenance on it. To drop half a gear there, a little bit of an upslope. Whoops. Looks like a deer. There we go. Deer on the side of the road having a little nap. Having the big sleep, I suppose you might say. Oh, the John Day Dam. If somebody's watching this who knows who John Day was, you can educate me on that one. It'll be down on the left. Cyclists. There was a military camp down there. Was there one time, military camp? Looks like a whole bunch of foundations for small structures, whatever they were. I'm thinking cabins. A little bit of a climb here. Almost to the crest of the hill here. John Day Dam, down, pretty far down on my left there. I need a third camera to get the side pictures. I use my phone, but it's not very safe because there's too much buttons, you know. I want to video things out the side. Might need a third camera that I can just quickly hold up and shoot with. I want to get away from any kind of distraction. That's why I like these little GoPro cubes here. Sessions, I think they're called. Just one button, boop, boop, and it's on, boop, boop, and it's off. Pull over and tilt at a few windmills here. Bring some high ideals and have them come to smash as I try and take on the windmills. Those of you who aren't too literate, and I don't blame you for not being literate, that's a little allusion to Don Quixote, the book, Tilting at Windmills. He fantasized that they were evil villains, monsters, malefactors, and to the objections of his more practical-minded sidekick, Sancho, he pulled his spear, his lance. I don't know what his lance was. It was cheapened and spurred on his horse. What was his horse's name? Rosignon? me something of a dreaming individual too. Dreaming looking out my window here. Left 1 mile is where we, so we're going to continue on with this thing. Where's Stonehenge? Camera's not going to pick it up. It's off to the left. Someday I should stop. I'll stop with some of these scenic things, but of course you can't stop a truck. It's off over there. Run this one in a car or a motorcycle and I'd stop over there. Maybe that's what I'll do on my days off, get in my car or on my motorcycle and continue these road odysseys. Speed limit 55. Coming to the end of the road. A couple downshifts here. I'm going to make my left-hand turn. I'm joining the 97 and I'm going to cross the Columbia, which is scenic too. So I'm going to keep this camera rolling, and that's where we're going to end up this video. Couple downshifts, get my speed down. Swift's coming up. That's a nice color. Kind of a lime green T680. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. There's a little bit of a sharp downhill. There's your W9s for you classic styling people. We'll do more videos on that. Here comes the Long-Nosed Pete, a favorite of the hardcore set. I'm not going to make fun of you. You can make fun of me and my T680 here. Not going to make fun of anybody in the W9s or the, or I'll make fun of them, but in a fun way, because they'll be making fun of me anyways. So we just have, we can be making fun of each other, I suppose. Taking it easy now, and I could probably go up a half gear here. That's what I'll do. There we go. There's the bridge ahead. It's Highway 97 would cut down through Oregon, but I'm not going to go on the 97. I'm going to stop in at the truck stop on the other side of the river there and take on some fuel, and then I'm going to join the I-80 and take it into Portland area anyways. Nice downhill. More orchards down on my left. I think there's some camping and RV spots there too. Be a windy territory. The wind is nice at night. You don't get completely blown on your ass. I suppose I could be up another gear, but never in a big rush going down these hills. The Jake is taking perfect care of me here. Besides, it says 40 miles per hour. What am I? 35 miles an hour. The Jake doing its thing. Maybe I can go up another half gear. There we go. Up another half gear. This is nice over the tracks. A couple bends and then over the bridge into my truck stop. I'll let this one run so you can enjoy the scenery here. There we go. Down the sharp little downgrade there. I'll pick up another half gear up to 7. Severe wind gusts on bridge. Yeah, you don't want to be empty going across that bridge on occasion there. The wind will blow you clean off into the river, blow you upriver. There we go. Fruit stand. Leaving range area. And this is the Columbia River for sure. Someday I'll do one on the Columbia River. We cross it up in Canada. Columbia River has its origins south of the Golden, BC. A place called Canal Flats. Just a little trickling stream out there. 1,000-mile journey down here to this broad river it is now. There we go. Oop, somebody on the CB. break in Big's Pilot, take on some fuel, take a break, buy a coffee, use the washroom. That's it. Stopped at the light there, get her rolling again. Cost of fuel up here. Diesel, $3.23. Not bad. Not that bad. Anybody at the pumps. Perfect. The kind of day you gotta watch open your door, because that wind will grab your door and whip it open on you. I don't know what they're doing on the left. You used to be able to park a truck in there on the left, but look at that. I wonder if that used to be. There we go. I'll swing around and park into one of these spots eventually, but right now, if the pump is spitting out pieces, sorry, we'll edit that one up. Spitting out pieces of almond. There we go. DF 285.9. And that's going to be it, folks. Biggs, Oregon. And my fuel stop. Hope you've enjoyed the first edition of Zen Mountain Driving. I'll cool the old engine down there, say give it 5 minutes at high idle, just let it settle down, and then shut it off. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed that road. I enjoyed driving it, and got lots more of those places to share with you. So bye for now. We'll see you next time at Zen Mountain Trucking. See ya.